Hi everybody, welcome to my mobile learning guide and my name is Yoon Chi Ho. I hope that through this learning guide, you can have a greater understanding of global trends in mobile learning, including the concept of affordances and affordability, educational approaches in sports science and various usages of mobile technologies used in sports science. Mobile education is a new form of education which integrates the usage of mobile and wireless technology, and it allows educators to create interesting methods of teaching. With devices such as computers and mobile phones being more affordable, people in developing countries are also able to experience mobile education. The rise of mobile education is mainly attributed to the increased penetration of mobile devices and internet globally, and this is some statistical data of this phenomenon. We can see that urbanization of the world population is 54%, and 66% of the population own a mobile phone. It means that even people who live in rural areas have access to mobile technology. With so many people owning a mobile device, it also means that they have access to social media apps, and we can see that 34% of the population are active social. With such high numbers of social media users, issues such as breach of digital personal information arise, and one of the recent cases is Facebook data leak scandal. From this survey, Facebook users amount to 81% of the US population, and the leak of personal info on a global scale will be. In fact, up to 87 million users were affected by this data leak, and the founder of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, admitted that they did not restrict user data to third-party app developers. This showed the negative implication of the rise in mobile technology. For developing countries, statistics show that smartphone ownership and internet users spiked considerably. With this rapid growth of smartphone ownerships, issue between affordability and affordances start to catch people. Affordability is generally viewed as the ability to purchase a service or product, while affordance is the quality of an object that allows an individual to perform specific. Affordance and affordability shares an inverse relationship in general. A good example will be smartphones which have high level of affordance and low level of affordability, mainly due to the combination of both hardware and software capabilities. For developing countries, they rarely get to experience programs or devices with this capability. Another example would be the TPAC and SAMR model. For TPAC model, it is a model that encourages educators to use the concept of digital pedagogies and integrate technology into the three domains of knowledge, which are technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. This model requires students to be in a technology-rich classroom, so there must be enough resources but at the same time provides different options for the students. For the SAMR model, it is another way of seeing how technology impacts teaching and learning. For educators who adopt this model, they will have to follow the progression in the model, which increases the importance of technology as the demand of usage of technology in the later stages is greater. So for educators at the modification stage, they are required to have more digital resources as compared to the augmentation stage. For educational approaches in sports science, the three most common approaches I have noticed are social constructivism, information transmission, and situated learning. For social constructivism, it focuses on the shift from directive teacher-centered approaches to student-centered approaches, and there is a greater focus on problem solving in real life among students. In sports science, it is important for the learners to understand the reason as to why the learned skills is applicable in a certain situation, so that the learners are not limited to only that. For information transmission approach, it is based on teacher-focused strategies as knowledge is expected to be passed on to the students by the teacher. This approach does not differentiate simple information or important concepts as everything revolves around the teacher. A simple example would be lectures, as lecturers will just transfer information directly to the students. For situated learning, it emphasizes on the mismatch between typical classroom situations and workplace, and this approach allows students to experience a great learning curve as they must participate in a community of practice. In sports science, we must do a one-year internship in areas that we want to specialize in, and this puts us in the situations where we have to gain knowledge through active participation. For mind maps, they can be created easily with mobile devices. Students can visually see the relationships and links between their ideas, and they are able to quickly review them whenever they need information. Examples of mind map apps are Coggle and MyMeister. Next is educational apps. For educational apps, they are easily accessed through mobile app stores. These apps normally have features that allow students to gain knowledge in unique manners. For sports science, one example of such app is Virtual Heart, which students can examine different parts of the heart in a 3D manner. This helps students identify and remember different parts of the heart more efficiently. For QR codes, they link the physical world to the electronic world through codes which can hold thousands of bytes of information. Most of the smartphones nowadays have QR code scanners, so students can easily access information in QR codes easily. For sports science students, we normally use QR codes to access information when we are doing outdoor practical study. For ebooks, there has always been a debate between ebooks and paper books. The advantages of ebooks are that they have greater portability and are lightweight. Students are also able to bookmark their pages easily. A lot of libraries are providing access to ebooks, and students can get access to them in the comfort. For multimedia recording, sports science generally use online lectures and videos for students to understand concepts. It is not just important for us to apply practical skill but also to understand the theories behind them, and multimedia recordings allow us to balance both our practical and. For the first peer feedback with regards to the transition between topics, I removed some slides which contain needless information and changed some of my wordings in the slide. For the second peer feedback, I added more key references and more research articles on the usage of mobile.